Hello students. In this lecture, I will introduce the rectifier control of DC motor. In the previous lecture, we had studied one method, that is conventional method, classical method, Ward-Leonard method of speed control of DC motor. So there we had to use two similar machines to control the speed of one machine. So it was very costly and required more space. So nowadays we have polyphonic converters that can replace that old scheme. So there are various ways you can use rectifiers to control the speed of a DC motor. So I have listed the three types of scheme that are possible. First is we can use a transformer along with uncontrolled rectifier, that is diode bridge. So in that case, three-phase supply is given to the auto transformer or tapped changing transformer. So this transformer will change the fixed AC into a variable AC supply here, and this variable supply is given to the diode bridge, and this converts this AC into DC, and you are having a variable voltage here. So to vary the voltage here, you have to change the tapping of this tap changing transformer or the setting of the auto transformer. So this is one way of controlling the speed. Now it has certain advantages. So for low power applications, you can have a single phase auto transformer here, supply may be single phase supply. For three phase, it is like this. For larger machine, we have to use a three phase supply. So advantages here, that the rectifier output voltage will have a similar waveform at all the voltages. The output voltage waveform is somewhat like this. It remains constant. Whatever be the voltage value here, the wave shape remains same. So the DC motor gets identical supply at all the voltages. This is unlike the controlled rectifier, where the output voltage waveform gets distorted. At low voltages, we require to make firing angle high, and that distorts the voltage wave shape. So the voltage received by the motor here will be identical, whether it is a high voltage or low voltage. The only thing is that the value of VM will change. The wave shape of the voltage available here will remain identical, and good power factor is maintained even at low speeds. In the case of controlled rectifier, that we shall discuss later, as we vary alpha, the firing angle will, and the power factor will become poor. But here the power factor remains good even at low speeds, because we don't vary alpha. The change in speed is achieved by changing the voltage here, and the source current is also not too much distorted, unlike a controlled rectifier. The drawback, you can see that here that the regeneration is not possible. Current cannot flow in the reverse direction. Voltage also cannot become negative. So power cannot flow from motor to this side. So power can never flow in the reverse direction. So regeneration is not possible in this case. The second scheme is using fully controlled rectifier. Fully controlled rectifier may be a single phase half wave rectifier. It may be a single phase full wave rectifier, or it may be a three phase half wave rectifier or three phase full wave rectifier. So there are various options. I have shown here a three phase full wave rectifier. For low power applications, for up to say 10 kilowatt motors, we can use a single phase supply, and single phase bridge rectifier may be used. For even smaller ratings, you can have a single phase half wave rectifier also. So that will be more economical. So for large power ratings, you have to go for a three phase rectifier here. So for ratings of say 10 kilowatt or more, we have to use a three phase supply here. So this is the case here. We are using a diode bridge here. I have shown a diode bridge here. There may be many other topologies. In this case, the output voltage depends on the firing angle of these thyristors. So for this particular case, output voltage will be 3 Vm by pi cos alpha. As we vary alpha, the average output voltage of the rectifier will change, and output voltage changes, so speed of the motor will also change. So you can see that if you put alpha less than 90 degrees, V naught will be positive. If you put alpha more than 90 degrees, V naught will be less than 0, that it will be negative. So voltage here can be positive or negative, or you can say that the motor can run in positive direction as well as negative direction. So this means that you can have two quadrants of speed torque plane possible, first quadrant or fourth quadrant. The second and third quadrants are not possible because current cannot flow in the reverse direction. These thyristors do not allow the flow of current in the reverse direction. So current reversal as such is not possible. For that you have to use some schemes so that the current can be reversed. There are the schemes are there which can be used for third and second quadrant operations. But as such, in this case, the only first and fourth quadrant operations are possible, and the voltage can be reversed. And for that to also we have to use certain conditions should be there. We shall discuss it in detail later on, that in what condition we can go in the fourth quadrant. So this is the scheme, that is fully controlled rectifier. I have shown here three-phase rectifier here. For single phase, this will not be there. We have two legs in this diode bridge, in this thyristor bridge. Now sometimes we don't want the output voltage to become negative, and we don't want the power to flow in the reverse direction. In that case, we can replace the three thyristors here by three diodes, or you can use a half control rectifier or semi converter. This will reduce the cost of the drive, and also it will improve the power factor. So in this case, if you are using the half control rectifier, then output voltage cannot be negative. Output voltage will always be positive. So for alpha between 0 and pi, output voltage will be greater than 0, but for alpha equal to pi, output voltage will be 0. So output voltage can be varied from some maximum value to 0 value as we change the firing angle from 0 to pi radians. So this is what is known as half control rectifier or semi converter. So these are three possibilities. Now we have to discuss in detail the operation of the DC motor fed by this fully controlled rectifier and half controlled rectifier. As the time is short and the time allocated to this unit is maybe say 10 or 12 lectures, it is not possible to cover all the details of all the drives in this class in the BTech level. In MTech level, you will study more details about this these control rectifier fed DC motor drive. But here in this case, I will mainly focus on the single phase bridge rectifier fed DC motor drive. So we shall discuss that in detail in the next lecture. So that is all for today. Thank you.